Big shout out to you for making it through the hectic holiday season. This new year, get clean, quality, pregnancy nutrient support off your to-do list, including Ritual's best-selling Essential Prenatal Multivitamin, designed with 12 traceable key ingredients to support a healthy pregnancy. With big changes coming up, take the small steps now and start today with 30% off a 3-month supply at ritual.com/podcast. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey everyone, we are talking about success. And really, does it happen overnight? Now, there's something to think about when we consider this. Is it really overnight? Is it really happening in a time frame that we expect? Let's talk about it in a little while.
Educate, empower, enable, impact. Thank you for tuning in to That Will Never Work, an award-winning podcast where we share inspiring information and personal experiences related to business and the entrepreneurial journey from those who are leaders in their respective field. Now, here's your host, author and business coach, Maurice.
Hey everybody, we want to explore this a little bit. You know, a lot of times we don't know whether our idea, whether our invention, whether our book, our business venture, our whatever it might be, is going to take off immediately. And so I've said in the previous episode where I've had the opportunity to interview over 200 people. Now, in that experience of meeting and interviewing 200 individuals, there are some that have had some very, very good success, and they've been able to change not only their lives, but lives of their family members. And a lot of us would like to do that as well. We look at today's economy, we look at today's society and our communities and the homes that we currently live in, and how things have changed financially when we look at how much food and gas costs, or oil or whatever it might be. And so we want to be able to change things and make a difference just from a regular everyday life living perspective. Then we get to the point of where we see something where, there's a need out there where we want to make a change, and there's an opportunity for us to make a major difference. Now, the question is, how do you become that individual that has made it? A lot of times, we don't know, again, as I stated in the very beginning, of how that's going to happen. So I've had multiple conversations where on the outside, it looks like the people have made it. They have done their thing. They have become what we might consider as successful. They made it. And I had the opportunity, I'll be honest with you, I had the opportunity. Now, I'm not in a position where I can afford it. I'm going to be 100% honest and clear on that. That I had the opportunity to look at a multi-million-dollar home last year. And I just wanted to look at it. I just wanted to see what I consider what my destination would be. As you have heard in the last episode when we talk about destination and embracing the journey. So part of my journey, right, was looking at what I would consider my destination because of what my influences are in my life currently. I am married, and I thank goodness that I have been married to a very wonderful individual who really shows support and love in every capacity that I can imagine and or consider. And so I would love for us in our space where we are in this middle age space and, our destination, I would love for it to be in a place where it houses not just our children, adult children at that, but also our other set of adult children being our parents. Because we see where having a family place or space for all of us to be, to live, to experience will be the best, especially from an economic perspective, as from a community perspective, everyone's health, all those type of things. You really want to make sure that everyone is okay. So today, I just want to make sure that we understand what is it in our destination where we would consider that we've made it, and are we able to keep it going if things are not right. So I'm gonna give you an idea of what someone had mentioned to me during one of my episodes. We'll be right back after this.
Are you ready to turn your why nots into bold moves? The Well Why Not Workbook is here to guide you. Designed for dreamers, doers, and those ready to make a 1-degree shift toward their purpose. Packed with thought-provoking exercises, practical steps, and inspirational insights, this isn't just a workbook, it's your roadmap to a more focused, fulfilling life. Ready to start your journey? Visit mauricechisholm.com today and say, well, why not? The Well Why Not Workbook, because your next step starts now.
So here is where I was speaking about finding your why and understanding your why. And I've heard this story more than once, and I'm pretty sure all of you have as well. I look at someone, his name is Colonel Sanders. Basic, right? We all know about Kentucky Fried Chicken. We take a look at some of the other moments where he's had in his life, because I never knew that, first of all, that gentleman was well into his 70s before Kentucky Fried Chicken took off. But he was persistent enough to go through many, many, many failed entrepreneurial opportunities. So how many of you today are willing to continue on your journey and persevere to the point of where you're saying, hey, I finally made it. I can finally make a difference. I have finally filled in a hole that I see in this community. Sometimes we're not there. Sometimes we don't see it. Sometimes we're not committed enough. Sometimes we're not dedicated enough. Sometimes we're not persevering enough because we get caught up in it didn't happen sooner. Well, Colonel Sanders, being well into his 70s, maybe even 80s, has this organization where it has survived. Let's be honest. I mean, out of all the other places that has come about, that's around, whatever it might be, but here in the United States, it appears that, and this is just an observation, it appears that it could be struggling a little bit, right? Maybe a lot of competition. But when you listen to and hear other people talk about this organization in other countries, oh my gosh, it's like it's the best chicken that was ever invented. So when your vision is clear, when you're persevering over your obstacles, when you are overcoming the shortfalls or whatever it is, are you able to stand through it all, no matter the situation, no matter how it looks? You might say, hey, again, this gentleman was well into his 70s. So, you might be saying to yourself, oh man, I'm at the end of my timeline that, I might as well give up. But this gentleman did not. It still took off. It still took off. So how many of you are willing to do the exact same thing that Colonel Sanders had done in order for you to reach your dreams? We give up probably way too fast in a lot of situations and a lot of moments and a lot of opportunities pass us because we've given up. How would I know that? Because I have. I'm one of those individuals who can become impatient in those spaces because I wanted it today. Now, I am not considered a millennial based off of my, my birth date. I am purely a Gen Xer, but I can feel where being in a microwave space, that no, there's some things I want today, right? Now, I'm saying microwave because of my age. I'm not in the social media, Instagram, vibe where I need to have it literally today, because of being a millennial or Gen Z or whatever, the other categories are. But I did have the microwave idea. And growing up, I can remember my brother, I didn't put everything in the microwave, but my brother sure enough did. Hot dogs, eggs, bacon, he tried a little bit of everything where, it was funny. It was hilarious. But are you in that mindset of putting everything in a microwave instead of taking that same product or food in this instance and put it in a pot, put it in a frying pan, putting it in the oven, let alone put it in a crock pot? Are you able to wait until time helps it to manifest, for it to grow, for it to get to the right temperature, for it to get to the right tenderness, for it to get to the right color? Are you willing to do that as long as you get to what you would consider your final destination? I appreciate you listening today. Just food for thought, literally.
Thanks for listening. Follow Maurice Chisholm on social media to stay connected and check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, that will never work. Or will it?